In my video a couple days ago, I was talking about the parable that Jesus tells us in Matthew 25 about what it's like to be a good and faithful servant of the Lord. And I was talking about how we can do that, basing it out of Matthew 22, where Jesus tells us the two greatest commandments. And I said I would make another video about that second greatest, so here we are. In Matthew 22, starting in verse 36, one of the Pharisees asked Jesus, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" And Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All of the law and prophets hinge on these two commandments." When you take what Jesus is explaining here, this is how humans are created to live. Going all the way back to Genesis, we were made first and foremost to know God and be with Him and love Him. But God didn't just make Adam, He made Eve as well, because He wants us and He created us to be with each other, our neighbors, and to love each other. But sin, of course, destroys all of that. And when you look at the root of what Jesus is saying here, is He's attacking our pride. It's so easy and tempting to live our lives for ourselves, and we live in a world that preaches that constantly, to live for yourself and do your own thing and love yourself. And that's kind of good. It is good to love yourself, but Jesus is saying, love your neighbor as yourself. And the root of our sin, which destroyed the world that He created us to live in, is our pride. You want to know what God knows. You want to have what He has. You want to be on His level. It's pride to live first and foremost for myself. But what Jesus says here for all of us is live first and foremost for God. Love Him with all of who you are, every part of your being, all of your soul, all of your heart, all of your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. This is how God made us. And if we all live like this, we would be living in paradise. But we won't all live like this, but you can, and I encourage you to. I encourage all of us to. I'm not perfect at it, but this is important. Obviously, it's the two most important things according to God. So let's do that.